Some of the parents have told me they love to watch this game, but don't have a clue what is happening on the field. So I thought I would start today's game by identifying the positions that are played by our boys, and then describe two basic offensive formations which are used when Potomac has the ball. So let's take a moment and identify what the positions are on the offense. The line is a critical part of our team because they keep the other school team from tackling our boys who are trying to run around with the ball. Looking at the center of the line, you'll see the center, labeled C. The center is the one who will hand the ball through his legs to our quarterback and then block the other team from getting to the quarterback. On each side of the center are the guards, labeled G. These two guys, including the center, are the basic protective wall. On each side of the guards are players called tackles, labeled here as T. Like the guards, their role is primarily to block on both running and passing plays and keep our boys with the ball from getting tackled. Tight ends, labeled here as TE, play on either side of and roughly next to the tackles. They are a mix between a blocker and a pass receiver. If an end moves away from the tackle towards the sideline, he's called a split end or wide receiver, labeled here as WR. The quarterback, labeled QB, is the one who is given the ball at the start of the play. He then either hands the ball to another player behind him, throws it to a receiver or tight end, or even decides to keep the ball and run with it himself. Behind the quarterback will be the running backs, which are usually identified individually as a halfback and a fullback, labeled here as FB and HB. The running back carries the ball on most running plays and is also frequently used as a short yardage pass receiver. Running backs, along with the wide receivers, are generally the fastest player on the offensive team. Most of them tend not to run straight ahead, but prefer to make quick cutbacks to try to find holes in the defensive line. Now that you understand who the players are on offense, let's talk about two basic formations. Potomac may use others, but these are two that are easy to understand. A popular running formation is called the pro set, or sometimes called the split back formation. In this formation, a tight end is lined up at one end of the offensive line, and a wide receiver lines up several yards to the side of each end of the line. Joining the quarterback in the backfield are two running backs. They are about 5 yards behind the line and lined up behind the guards. This is a popular formation because our team can easily pass or run with the football, and the other team cannot be sure what type of play is coming. The alignment of the running backs makes it easy for them to run out to the side and throw a short swing pass to a tight end or a wide receiver after the quarterback has given them the ball. A football formation that is usually used to run the ball is the I formation. This formation is identical to the split back formation, except that the running backs are lined up directly behind the quarterback. The running back closest to the line is called the fullback, labeled here as FB, and the other back is called the halfback, labeled here as HB. The halfback is sometimes referred to as a tailback, but here we will call him a halfback. This formation is well suited to a team with a good halfback, or someone who is quick, fast, and strong. His position, about 7 yards behind the line, allows him a good view of both our offensive line and the other team's defensive line. This helps him to see a hole to run through that has been opened up by the blocking of our team's linemen. The fullback will often block for the halfback so the halfback can pick a hole in the line and be up to full speed by the time he reaches it. A drawback to this formation is that it is not a strong passing formation, and the other team has a pretty good idea we plan to run the ball when they see us lined up this way. There are other formations, but if you understand just these two, you'll enjoy the game much more. One thing that is important to remember is that the reason they call this a team is because every player is just as important as the others. The linemen are the ones who block and open a hole to let the running back through, and the linemen are the ones who block to keep the other side from getting to our quarterback so that he can throw the ball. The kicker must kick the ball a long way down the field to make it difficult for the other team to score. This sport is not like track or wrestling, where a single athlete can go for the gold on his own. It is a team sport, where everyone must do the best they can for the team to excel. One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Archie Manning, father of Eli and Peyton Manning, never really excelled because he never played on a team with linemen who blocked their best to allow the best passer in the country to complete his passes. This is a good example of why the combined efforts of every player make for championship football. That's why sports like football is good experience for life ahead. Whatever you decide to do in life, you'll do it better if you can rely on others doing their best and you are doing the best you can at the same time. Now that you know how all this works, let's watch today's game.